I'm Jackson Pierce, and this video is about how books become movies. So tonight I saw Beastly in the theater, which most of you know is a YA book, and a few days ago somebody on YouTube asked me why I don't make Sisters Red into a movie, so I thought it was probably high time that I explain how books become movies. So here we go. This is a very abbreviated version of this process, by the way, but anyhow. Step 1. Cut a hole in the box. Nah, I'm just kidding. Step 1 is somebody needs to option the movie. Option means somebody is buying the option to make the book into a movie. Usually this purchaser is a producer, sometimes a studio, that kind of thing. Now, this potential producer doesn't have to make the book into a movie. Again, they just bought the option to. If they don't start serious production on the movie in a certain amount of time, usually 1, 2, or 3 years, then all the rights revert back to the author. The author gets to keep the money she was paid for the option, and she can even resell the option for more money. Twilight, for example, was originally bought by Paramount Pictures, who in 3 years couldn't really get it together and make a movie out of it, so the rights reverted back to Stephenie Meyer, who then sold it to Summit Entertainment, and I hear they've done quite well with it. Step 2. After the option has been sold, the producer is going to start looking for screenwriters. You know, maybe an actor, a director, somebody to attach to the project to get the attention of studios. By the attention of studios, I mean money from the studios, because it takes a lot of money to make a movie. Step 3. Let's say the screenplay gets written and, you know, a few actors and actresses are interested. They've got a director who's really intrigued by the project. At this point, they're going to really start trying to make this thing happen. Some contracts are going to be drawn up, some people might potentially be hired. This is, in my opinion, the stage where most book-to-movie adaptations kind of fizzle and die. I mean, at this point, your book could have been stuck in steps 1 and 2 for years. You know, the actors that were interested, they've gone on to other things. You could never really agree on the screenplay. Your producer has a new project in mind. There's a book called The Frontrunner, which made it through steps 1 and 2 and got stopped in step 3 every time for 25 years. Step 4, the movie is made! Hopefully! It's still actually relatively easy for a movie to get canceled in the early stages, though. For example, several years ago, somebody was going to make a live-action version of The Last Unicorn. They had people cast, they had the screenplay, they even had the CGI unicorn all made up. And it got canceled. I don't really know why, but it just didn't happen. So basically, until you're walking down the red carpet, then you should not assume the movie is going to happen. Some additional notes. Keep in mind that the author sold the option to that movie, so unless she had it specifically written into her contract, she's not going to really have a lot of say over things like actors and casting and directors and the screenplay and all that stuff. Some people say that the very best situation an author can be in is where she sells and resells her film options over and over and over, yet no movie actually gets made, because then you get to keep all the money and you never have to see a potentially terrible version of your book on the screen. So anyway, I hope that clears things up. If I skipped anything or I wasn't clear, please leave it in the comments, and I will see you guys tomorrow.